Adrian College Television would like to give a big thank you to our sponsor, Carlton Lodge of Adrian. Carlton Lodge is sponsoring all ACTV broadcasts during the 2021 to 2022 school year. Located at 1629 West Maumee in Adrian, Carlton Lodge offers comfortable rooms and suites at affordable rates. There's also a heated indoor and outdoor pool, along with a 24-hour fitness center. Thank you for the continued support toward Adrian College Television.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
Adrian College has once again been recognized for its commitment to engaged, experiential education by Colleges of Distinction, a one-of-a-kind guide for college-bound students. While higher education has changed over the past 20 years, Colleges of Distinction's selection process has stayed consistent in accepting only those that adhere to the 4 distinctions: engaged students, great teaching, vibrant community, and successful outcomes. Overlaid in the last few years have been a look into high-impact practices. They believe most critical to the student experience were the kinds of engaging experience that are found at Adrian College. To learn more, please visit adrian.edu.
I'm Matt Kibbe, the current student body president here at Adrian College. I chose AC because the campus simply feels like home. Everywhere I go, I know the amenities are there to help me succeed and get to the next level in my career. If you want to see what Adrian College has to offer, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit. crosses over, back onto the far side. Rips a shot, she scores!
What if you didn't choose to become an Adrian College Bulldog? Surely you would have carried on with your education and could potentially be graduating elsewhere. But what would you have the honor of greeting Bruiser on campus? Would you have had the privilege of working alongside faculty that know your name? Would you have had the opportunity to learn and grow in an environment that is seeking the truth and dignity in all people? Would you have had a creative learning environment that is supportive of challenging you and achieving excellence in your academics, but also your personal and professional lives? This has been Adrian College's promise to us. Just as our families have promised to love us unconditionally and support us through the many peaks and valleys of our lives, Adrian offered a similar promise to us when they realized our potential by asking us to join them. While we have been busy navigating the many what-ifs of our time, none of which we could have imagined, we have indeed found the cane that holds our ribbons of excellence at Adrian to stand strong. Strength and tradition. A tradition that carries on from graduating class to graduating class. A symbolic reminder of the leadership carrying the motto, no victory without work. The Adrian College class of 2021 can proudly proclaim that we have earned our ribbon of excellence for persevering through a pandemic because of our hard work. We have had to learn how to best navigate the many what-ifs in uncharted times. While some of the what-ifs have been answered, it is now up to each of us to embrace and navigate on our own. What if I take that job? What if I decide to continue on for postgraduate endeavors? What if I decide this? What if I decide that? No matter what, you'll be able to face your tomorrow knowing that you are a member of a pack, the Adrian College Bulldogs class of 2021.
Part of the family here at Adrian College are the friends we've made. These friends have gone to games with you, shared late night tales with you, explored downtown with you, and joked around with you at Ritchie. They were in the library with you at midnight studying for the 8 a.m. exam you forgot to study for. And they're there when you cried because you failed that exam. These friends are your new family members now. You will stay in touch with them forever, even if it's just liking their Facebook post about the new puppy they just got. Parents, family, and friends, we cannot thank you enough for everything you have done for us. Thank you for the support and the opportunity for this moment to graduate from Adrian College. You have helped us reach our dreams and goals in life. Congratulations, class of 2021. We finally made it.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, Character, hard work, grit. Leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds. Got out a last-line shift. Will their team to victory. Hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Adrian College has dozens of athletics programs, and winning is a staple on our campus. We have the culture of winning in and out of the classroom. This is a place where young men and women grow into professionals for life. Are you interested in learning more about the Bulldog experience? Visit adrianbulldogs.com and the Recruit Me tab to be recruited to play your sport of choice today. If you have what it takes, you could be a Bulldog in no time.
You're going to college. All the hard work's paid off. It's going to be fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. New friends, new athletic teams, new musical groups, new student government to get involved in, 85 organizations. It's going to be amazing. And I think one of the first things that you'll realize when you get here, at least I hope this is the case, is that although academics are the most important thing, no doubt about it, got to take care of the academics, time management, not a kid anymore, right? Young adult. The college is a whole lot more than that in a place like this. It is an experience. College is an experience that will last you for the rest of your life. The relationships that you make here, the memories, the late night stuff, the whole 9 yards is just going to be great.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today. Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, got out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of one of the most magical times in your life. A time of great significance, of growth, introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time that you will always look back on as very special years. Never experienced before you arrived today and never replicated after you leave.
It's always great to come to a school like this because there's 3 local kids from the BCSN area that are on this Adrian team, and for a lot of the locals that play on our area high schools, and they're looking for ways to continue their athletic career at an outstanding academic institution, we got to showcase some of these schools, and Adrian's certainly high on the list.
No doubt about it. They have great facilities here, great people. It's always a pleasure to visit campus. And I think we're going to be in for a great ball game tonight as well.
Adrian does not come in with the greatest record. However, they played a lot of tough competition early in the year, and they got a big win against Kalamazoo, which is one of the teams they're competing with to make the tournament this year. So they're looking better, even though they lost maybe their top player, maybe even their top 2 players are out for the season.
Well, this is a fun team to watch. You know, they're going to be a little short-handed, a little undersized, but they like to get up and down the floor. They're second in the MIAA in scoring, so look for this to be an up-down contest. It's going to be a lot of fun here tonight in Adrian.
Meanwhile, Alma had a little bit of a problem. Their bus broke down, so I guess they were coming in shifts bit by bit. They've had enough time to warm up, so they ought to be ready to play a pretty good ball game here tonight. Adrian and Alma coming up on BCSN.
BCSN's Sports Nightly is your best source for sports coverage every season.
It's the area's only 30-minute show that focuses on local sports from beginning to end.
Scores, highlights, and stories that feature the athletes and coaches from your community.
If it's local, it's on Sports Nightly every night at 10:30 on BCSN and the BCSN Now app.
And we are just about ready for the start of this game here between the Adrian Bulldogs and the Adrian Scots. And the teams are being introduced prior to the start of the game, and we got some exciting news. Michael Reitnauer of the Reitnauer family that we've covered through many of the years on BCSN. And Ron Reitnauer, former professional major league pitcher, he came up here. He's all excited. Mike's getting his very first start tonight, so we're going to get to see it on BCSN.
Yeah, what an exciting time for the Reitnauer family. And just down the road there, coming from Genoa High School, there you get a good look at Michael right there, getting ready to tip things off here at Adrian College.
And he is one of several locals. Ben Pacer from Maumee has been getting some good time. Delano Smith from Toledo is on the squad as well. It's a great place for local athletes, and it has been for a number of years. And here, the starting lineup, and we mentioned that Kendall Bellamy, their post player, their best defender, rebounder, inside scorer, is out for the year with an ACL tear, so that definitely has caused them some issues. They've had to change their game a little bit, maybe to a little bit more wide open game, although Tim Kaiser, the new head coach, after finishing last year's interim coach, likes to play that game. An early turnover, and Adrian will get a chance to draw first blood here.
That's a good start for that Adrian defense, who comes in last in the MIAA in points allowed. So something they'd certainly like to shore up a little bit here tonight.
And there's a turnover as Jalen Paul, their point guard, got a little out of control. The ball got picked off. They are second in the league in scoring, so that's good. They average about 76 a game and give up about 84. So if they can tighten up defensively, that'll help. And then another turnover, so each team has committed a turnover on each of their possessions. 2 now for Alma, 1 for Adrian. We'll see if Adrian can settle it down here this time. Jalen Paul, he's got a great assist to turnover ratio. 77 assists to just 28 turnovers, although he had one early in this game. Laid the ball off, and that was a tough reverse layup attempt by Andrew Larson. He's the one who's more or less tried to fill Bellamy's role, though he's not really a natural at playing in that position. And trying to put the ball on the floor, but we're going to whistle, and we will have our first foul of the ball game, and it will be called on Michael Reitnauer. So it didn't take him long to hit the score sheet in his first game as a starter.
Well, Reitnauer has really picked up his game. He got some big minutes in that Saturday win against Kalamazoo that snapped a 10-game losing skid for the Bulldogs.
And working into the paint, the shot is up, no good by Isaiah Williamson. Their top player, Cole Cleaver, is out, and he leads them in just about every category. So both teams are having some issues with injuries inside the paint, and Andrew Larson just couldn't quite finish that one off. Here they come back on the run, and the kick out to the corner, and the shot is canned by Landon Moore-Pierce. And finally, after kind of a rocky beginning for both teams offensively, someone's on the board. Adrian will try to answer now, trailing 3-0.
A nice transition look that time by the Scots as Xavier Bargesser goes inside out.
And a beautiful penetration there by Jalen Paul, who scores, and it's 3-2.
A nice move there by the senior out of Fort Wayne, Indiana.
And there's a cross-court pass, and the shot was hit by Bargesser, but not before the whistle.
Yeah, Bargesser stepped on that sideline before he let that one go. So that's going to be a break there for Adrian College.
He's got to be kicking himself. He hits that shot, and that gets to
gives
not
you a little
count
bit of
for
his
that
range
reason.
that he has, and he stepped on the sideline as he's burying a three.
Paul has really taken it to the paint here in this game, but that's, again, a tough shot, no good. Rebounded by Brandon Rake, a 6'8" senior, and they've got a definite size advantage, Alma does. A shot from the corner by Landon Moore-Pierce, no good. Rebounded, all up to De'Avion Price. He's their leading scorer, averaging over 16 a game. Very dynamic player. Connor Pelham, a fifth-year senior, right behind him in the scoring race. Maybe their best overall player, and he scores from the paint, and Adrian goes up 4-3.
Well, that's a sweet move by Pelham, the fifth-year senior out of Jackson, Michigan.
There's a no-look pass. You almost wish he'd been looking at. Got deflected, but they got it back, and Moore-Pierce misses from beyond the arc. And back come the Bulldogs. Price again. He loves to take it all the way, and he does right there. Dissecting the defense to make it 6-3.
Yeah, great recognition there by Price. He saw that the closing the lane was coming up slow. He had a chance to go one-on-one, beat his man, got to the rack on a straight line drive out of transition.
Pelham averaging 16.2. Pelham 16.1. De'Avion Price 16.2. So the Price and Pelham show. Shot comes up short by Moore-Pierce. He's been taking a lot of the shots here along with Bargesser early on. And we've got an offensive foul.
That time they're going to get De'Avion Price there with an illegal block. That's going to go down as an offensive foul and a turnover, so a big break there for the Scots. Down just one possession here.
Tim Kaiser, his first full year, he completed last season as an interim coach. Now has been made the permanent coach, and he tracks turnovers and created turnovers. He says if you can hit a threshold of either 1 or 2 goals in that area, you're probably going to win the game. There's a foul called here on Bargesser. And he says a lot of times, if they hit one of those goals, they got a good chance of winning. 2, they're probably going to win. There's coach, and he says many times we've hit those goals despite our record. So that, I think, gives a little bit of a silver lining for this team.
Yeah, no doubt. In fact, they got such a unique style. You know, there's certainly a learning curve there, and I think they're starting to match that.
Pelham, not enough room there. Bargesser up on the run. They had to change their style almost overnight because they were planning to build a lot of their offense around Bellamy, and then suddenly he was gone. But they've done a great job adjusting. Pass inside, Rake lays it in. Nice moves for the big man.
Yeah, that's a sweet move there by Brandon Rake. You can see why he's averaging double digits and one of the top rebounders in the MIAA this season. He's going to be a load here tonight for Adrian College as they're undersized, as you mentioned, Greg.
Shows he can do it on offense, too. Pelham shot rattles in. Looked like it was going to fall out, and then it dropped through. So the home rims, I guess he's very familiar with them, and it's 8-5 for Adrian. And dribbled off the foot there, and then it went off of Brandon Whiteside, it appeared, for Alma. So now substitutions. Here's a look at that last play. Great pass across, great ball movement.
Yeah, you love the extra pass, and then you get the shooter's touch on the 3 ball from the corner.
And it will be Adrian ball. They've definitely forced a lot of turnovers, probably committed more than they would like, but at this early stage in the game, I guess any is more than you'd like, but
yeah, Adrian's forced 14 a game this season while committing just 13. Those numbers have gone down here. They've done a much better job taking care of the ball here.
And they look like they're getting sharper on offense as that last possession we showed you on that replay would indicate. Now trying to bull his way into the paint and drawing a foul is Nick Seifert, a 6'4" freshman from Tiffin.
Yeah, you love the confidence here from Nick Seifert that time. He got a 1-1 down there in the low block, and certainly once he got the basketball, you knew what he's going to do with it. That time he took it up strong, was able to draw the contact. The first of 2 rattles out, though, for the freshman.
I think they go with the German EI, Seifert, and he missed the first shot. And it is still a 3-point Adrian lead.
Yeah, this is one area that Adrian College needs to up their game in, just shooting 8 free throws per contest on the season.
Three-point shooting and free throw shooting them in 2 of their Achilles heels. There's a good fake. Vargas are now inside the arc. Can't hit the shot, though. Rebounded by Schilling. So Schilling and Seifert both play on the JV team. They got a really good JV program here, and it does serve as a feeder system. And it's a great way to develop players. That was out of bounds on that shot attempt by Jalen Paul. And you talk about opportunities for local athletes. They've got a place to play if they maybe don't break into the starting varsity lineup right away, but that still gives them a roadmap to making it to the big team.
Well, you're exactly right, and certainly a great place to play as the fans come out. There's a nice pick and a run out here for Jalen
See if
Paul.
he can get all the way in. Yes, he does. Beautiful control there as Casey Constant tried to knock it away from him. And it's 10-5, Adrian. Another good move inside, and the second attempt, Brandon Rake finishes, and he's definitely going to be a load.
Well, that's going to be the telltale tonight, Greg. How can Adrian match up with that size inside? There's another one and done there by that Alma defense. They look for transition.
Moore Pierce, a long pass, whipped to the corner. Shot no good by Constant. Rebound Pelham. You see, Adrian is not a team that has great size. Even Kendall Bellamy, 6'6". He's not a pure post guy himself, but he was their tallest player. A foul here on Landon Moore Pierce. Talking about this whole thing with the bus, so they had, I guess they came in shifts and cars came and picked up a number of players. So what you had was a few players were coming in, but the rest of the team wasn't here yet. It was really kind of an interesting scenario. How do you think it might affect the team?
Well, I tell you what, it's kind of hard to tell until
Ryan
you actually
Clark.
lived that scenario, but certainly can't have a great impact on your team. But credit to athletic director Mike Duffy here of Adrian College. He took a van out, picked up a bunch, has his
shot
assistant.
from 3
There's a
there.
3-ball transition.
Nate Diamond. And it is now 10-all after it was 10-5. They were really got the guys here in very good style after it looked like who knows how long the delay would be. From outside the arc, trying to answer back. The shot no good by Reed Schilling, but then the putback. Chrisman, and it is 12-10.
Oh, that's a big offensive board there by Crispin. A quick answer to the other end, rims out.
No good by Diamond. It already hit one. That one tried from the corner. Price up court, shot from 3 and knocked down by Chrisman. So he's gotten one inside, one outside. Another one of these talented freshmen they're bringing in. They've got a bright future on this team with all the great young players.
5-0 run by Crispin in the last 20 seconds.
It went from 10-5 to 10-10, now to 15-10. They're trading 5-point runs. And all by one player for Adrian. There's a floater and good by Casey Constant.
Oh, nice finish there by Constant after a great find by Williamson.
Price has it stolen, though. Having a hard time controlling the ball. Diamond got it back, and the attempted runner from the baseline by Brandon Whiteside, no good. And action is really almost flying off the handle at times here. We got a foul on Rake. That is the third team foul on Alma, 2 for Adrian. This is one of the teams. So Adrian mentioned they had that 10-game losing streak, but then they beat Kalamazoo, and it's the perfect time to see Coach Kaiser to end that losing streak because it was their first league game and against one of the teams they really need to beat. 6 teams out of 8 make it into the tournament, and this is another one of those teams that they really need to beat. And if they can be 2-1 after 3 games with wins over 2 of their top competitors, that's really going to put them in good shape, even though they would be still well below the 500 mark overall.
Well, no doubt, 6 teams tied for second at 1-1, along with Adrian. The only unbeaten is Hope College, who comes in tonight's action at 2-0.
Look at Chrisman with these moves, but this time he turned back into the defender, and it was a tough shot and then a foul as he was trying to go after the rebound, and it will be called on Kendall Chrisman.
Yeah, great positioning by Brandon Rake one more time. As mentioned, Rake comes in averaging nearly 7.5 rebounds per contest, which is 5th in the MIAA. And Adrian's been out rebounds a team with an average of 7 rebounds per game, so that's certainly going to be a concern tonight for Coach Tim Kaiser.
Yeah, Coach, he said that was one of his top priorities, but they are outside, so they're going to have to make up for it with desire and smart play. Inside pass, but a whistle went before Rake could lay yet another one in.
A tremendous dish there by Williamson. He drew the double team and had the presence to find Rake on the backside.
They've had
probably a good foul there by Adrian.
They've had a 3-ball in that one, both times short-circuited by a whistle. That's almost like they penalized the wrong team. They should give the continuation on that in basketball the way they do in soccer, maybe. But Adrian just as glad they didn't on that play. Outside to Rake. He's shown he can score in the paint as well as rebound. And now he kicks out a pass to Whiteside and splashes down. Tie game, and we continue to trade 5-point runs.
Oh, nice job by Rake. You know, his presence inside drew that double team. Then he alertly kicked it out there to Whiteside.
And Price got in a little trouble there, but he somehow recovered. Chrisman really taking it strong, and he lays it in and one. What an effort there by Chrisman.
Yeah, nice, strong baseline move and tremendous finish in traffic. You'll see it right here. He's able to beat his man. Then a nice finish, great positioning with the body there to protect the basketball. And what a start here this evening for Chrisman.
We were looking at Coach Kaiser a little bit earlier. He said that last year Adrian had a similar situation where they had an issue getting to the game. But unlike today, where the players from Alma came in and they had plenty of time to warm up and get ready, they basically said, okay, game time's in a half an hour. And they had to go out and play it. And they actually got off to a slow start against a good team, came back strong, and almost beat one of the top teams in the second half.
Well, credit Coach Kaiser at Adrian College tonight for really kind of giving Alma
another steal.
The amount of time they asked for.
Chrisman, and he got fouled hard by Isaiah Williamson, and will get to the line, and he was taking it to the rack with a purpose there.
Boy, no doubt about it. Watch it coming up here. There you see great denial defense. Swats it away. There he goes up for the slam, but the bump came on the way up, threw him off stride a little bit. But Crispin doing an excellent job this opening half. They'll head back to the free throw line to shoot a pair. And he connects. So right now, Crispin trying to go on a 5-0 run himself to keep that 5-0 run string alive here. He now has 4 consecutive points here.
If he does it, it'll be the second time he's done on a 5-point run. I don't know if I've ever seen this before where they play 5-point leapfrog like this. It was, as I said, it was 10-5, then 10-10, then 15-10, 15 all, and now 20-15. All right, Alma, your turn. And Adrian wants to tighten up defensively and break that pattern here. Rake at the top of the key with a nice backdoor pass, but they cover it well. Good ball movement by the Scots. Driving in, whipped it across to Bargesser in the corner, but the shot comes up short. And rebound out to Ben Pacer from Maumee. So we got another local on the floor here. 2 on the floor at the same time right now in Pacer. Long shot, no good by Chrisman. Rebound by Williamson. Now into Rake. Dumps it through, and more good ball movement, but the pass was a little low. He couldn't catch and shoot, so he makes a move and drops it in. Here we go. If they get a 3 ball, it's 20-20.
Wow, what a tough shot by Bargesser that time, who was highly defended, but he was certainly determined to get to the rack. Tremendous finish. Much needed hoop there for the Scots.
And they call him for carrying, De'Arion Price. And he was just kind of dangling out there, and the official called him on it. It's kind of borderline. A lot of times I think that maybe they'll let that go, but not this time. And we're just past the midway mark of the half, and it's 20-17. And after a relatively slow start, where the teams were a little bit cold at this beginning and turning the ball over, it's really picked up. 3-point shot on the way, no good. Rebound, Larson. Larson, another one of the freshmen, pulls up at the free throw line. Shot rattles in, and that breaks the 5-point streak stint there. And it is a 5-point lead at 22-17. Inside a rake and a foul.
A nice answer by Larson there, and a nice mid-range jumper off a transition. But Alma quickly on the attack. That's going to go down as team foul number 5 for the Bulldogs.
Both teams nearing the bonus. We got a lot of play. What a move. Fake inside, out, back in, and laid it home. Rake's more than just a big body who can get rebounds. Look at him blasting in. Paul, no good. The rebound also no good by Larson. But Jalen Paul really left it's like a drag racer leaving a mark on the floor getting to the basket, but they were able to stop him inside. And a foul committed there by Pacer on Landon Moore Pierce.
That time, pretty good man-to-man defense as Pierce was really trying to create something off the dribble. And Adrian will get whistled for the 6th foul of the half here. So right now, both teams with 16 fouls here through the opening 11 and a half minutes.
Here we said Coach Ryan Clark, 4th year. He's been the women's coach and the men's coach over at Alma and won a league title with the women, the first one since 2006 that they made it to the tournament, to the national tournament. There's a foul. And see how Rake can shoot free throws now.
Well, you're not going to have an answer for Rake when he gets the ball down that low block. Just so effective. He's got great length. And he comes in, struggle at the line to get time. He gets number 1 to go. So he's had another all-around game. And certainly Coach Tim Kaiser called it. You know, he thought this young man was probably going to be the real difference maker here tonight. So far, it's been a tough answer for the Bulldogs to slow him down.
He's got 7 points to lead all scorers. He missed that second free throw, and Reed Schilling the rebound.
Both teams come in last and next to last in free throw percentage, so they've had their struggles all season from the stripe.
And he hits, and Adrian's had issues in 3-point shooting too, just 29%, but that one goes a big one, and guess what? We're back to 25-20.
Yeah, you'll take the 3 ball anytime you get it, and that time string music from deep.
Bob, but Rake catches up to it. Brandon Rake, a senior. He seems to be their go-to player now in the absence of Cole Cleaver. And there's a beautiful no-look pass back and finished by Isaiah Williamson.
Wow, I'm not sure how that pass got through, but nice finish. And here's
long
Adrian
pass the other way, and Pelham is right back to finish it off on the long full-court pass, 27-22. Skip pass across for an open 3. Came up well short by Cole Mieske.
I believe we're going to have an Adrian College foul going for that loose ball. So that's going to send Xavier Bargesser, the 6'5" sophomore out of Grass Lake, to the charity stripe for the 1-on-1.
It's called on Michael Reitnauer. His dad was up here and he said, have a good game. I said, you have a good game too. And he's not playing. I said, have a good game watching him. I said, he'll be more nervous than Michael will be. And I'm sure that's the case.
Yeah, watch it right here. That's a run out there. Great heads up play by Adrian College there. And I'd love to see Pelham get rewarded for running the floor. They're one of the few open looks either team's had tonight.
Tim Kaiser, wanted to bring in a more up-tempo game, a more free-flowing game than had been the case under the previous coach, Kyle Lindsay, who had a lot of success at Adrian. And I think the players responding to that ability to improvise and play kind of naturally. Shot no good by Reitnauer from three-point range. Bargesser got the rebound out to Mieske. Into the lane, Williamson catches and puts it up very quickly. Good move on his part after a good entry pass.
Yeah, what a great find by Cole Mieske that time, the 5'10 freshman.
As soon as he got it, it was out of his hands. Once again, Paul exploding to the basket and scores, and he has tremendous acceleration. We've witnessed it multiple times, and he goes to the line. Now, he has had his issues, to say the least, at the free throw line, as we see here.
Oh, tremendous hesitation move that time. Trying to hedge out on the screen, a little bit slow getting there, and that time you saw the Jets kick on there for Jalen Paul.
He's 9 of 28 from the free throw line, but everyone says he's really not a bad shooter. He's just out a cold stretch, and look at that. That looked like a guy who has a pretty good stroke from the line, so he finishes the three-point play after that tremendous drive, and it's 30-26. Very exciting contest going here. Nice pass, back door. Mieske with another good entry pass into the lane, this time a backward pass, and then laid in by Rake after Landon Moore-Pierce set him up.
Oh, another great find there by Moore-Pierce.
Price, yes! Perfect shot, and he gestures to the crowd. 33-28.
Right there, you saw why Price came in 5th in the conference in scoring. He's able to stretch that Alma defense with the deep three. Watch it right there. That's an NBA three, string music for the freshman out of Port Huron.
And that was like guided radar. Absolutely perfect stroke, perfect shot. Now back to the line is Rake. He hit 1 of 2 his last time.
Well, Greg, this has turned into the type of game I think you and I expected ahead of time, where there's going to be a lot of possessions. Shot clock probably not going to be a factor all night long, and certainly you want to try to hit 80 first here tonight. And both teams well on their way here. As Rake connects on the back end as well to make it a one-possession game here as we near the 6-minute mark of this opening half.
Then back and forth, but Adrian's had the edge for much of the half. Pinkton! Ball is open for Price, and he's making him every which way right now. He's in the zone at the moment.
Well, he's certainly feeling it, and certainly you get bounces like that, you'll take it, but the bank is open here in Adrian, even after the late start. Watch it right here. This is when you know you're feeling it. You take a tough pull-up shot in traffic. It comes in off the glass.
Yeah, bankers' hours are usually not open that late.
Must be that 24-hour ATM machine, but
yes.
They'll take it in a big hoop. It gets the lead back to 5.
Comes up short from Rake. It seems like no matter how you shuffle it up, it comes down to a 5-point lead for one team or other, but usually been Adrian leading.
Hard to believe Rake just 23 for 60 from the foul line coming into tonight's action at just 38%.
We missed both of those. Adrian, 28.5 from three-point range. Opponents 36.7. 579 from the free throw line. Opponents 71. If you make those even, Adrian's won a lot more games than they've won. And into the lane and laid up, no good. That time it was Nolan and Sara. Made a good move but couldn't quite finish.
Yeah, the Scots are last in free throws attempted in the conference per game. They're going to have another foul inside. This time I think they're going to get Adrian College, Kendall Crispin there, I believe, trying to jockey for position down in the paint. But maybe they're just doing the old hack-a-shack right now, putting Rake right back on the stripe.
Well, judging by those numbers, that might well be what they're doing, but he has belied that with his performance. He did miss 2 in a row in the last trip to the line, but he's looked like at least a decent free throw shooter, but now another miss. He has come up short a few times. He doesn't seem to have a consistent stroke, which is the reason why a lot of players that struggle from the free throw line do struggle. Remember, Wilt Chamberlain shot him every way known to man, and he got the bounce there to make it 35-31.
Well, that one landed heavy and still found a way to trickle the twine, so maybe that can get him untracked.
Paul, kick out to Chrisman. We got three players that are really operating here. Chrisman, Paul, and Price. And Chrisman scores, but they call him for a charge.
Wow, that's a big-time defensive play by Miskey. Watch it right there. His feet are outside the arc there, so certainly he had the position. And that's a tough break for Adrian College. Instead of getting the end one, that's going to go down as an offensive foul and a turnover. A chance for the Scots to make this a one-possession game.
I don't think there are too many things that a coach likes to see more than a guy do that on defense, what we just saw. Take that charge like that, knowing he's going to be punished. Mob pass to Rake, who lays it in.
That might have been time for Hackashack right there before he got loose on the ground zero attempt.
Look at that move by Pelham as he moved in toward the paint and then did a spin to the baseline and finished with a left hand.
What a great first half by Pelham. You know, a lot of fans in attendance before the game told me to watch out for that young man. He's improved. And there's a three ball.
Bargesser hits it, and that makes it 37-36.
Well, the Scots would love to see Bargesser get untracked. He's had some open looks rattle out early.
Price lets it fly. Yes! I'll tell you, it's been bombs away, and they are hitting the mark. Both teams are.
Well, right now it's a game of horse. Both teams coming down. Shot clock has not been a factor.
Rake, kick out. He's been so effective inside that he can get those kick outs. But another instance where they stepped on the line and the ball turned over.
That's the second time that's happened here in the first half. We're going to have a 30-second timeout coming up. But watch that deep three. Once again, trick the trine there.
You know, we had a lot of interesting conversations, first with Coach and then with the SID staff here. And, you know, the one thing that really seems to come through is that they did not feel, even though they don't have very good numbers in terms of three-point shooting and free throw shooting, they think they had a lot of good shooters on the team, and those numbers were simply not representative of this ability level they have. And tonight's game seems to be giving some credibility to that idea.
Well, so many people I've talked to up here, you know, since I first arrived several hours ago, have mentioned, you know, this team is a lot better than record. This team is really heading in the right direction. They're starting to find each other a little bit better. They're starting to shoot the ball a little bit more confidence. They're starting to kind of do those things that it takes. And even though they took some lumps early, Greg, you know, this has been a fun team here to watch tonight, putting up 40 points here the first 16 and a half minutes.
And some good motion offense here now. And Price, another highlight reel play. And one.
What a move by the 6'2 freshman, De'Avian Price there. That time he's able to use his athleticism. Watch it right there. Nice reverse there. And look at the other hand scoop shot as he takes some contact there. But what an athlete, what a finish there, and what a bucket there for Adrian College.
A little thing, a great high screen, hand off of the ball and then set a screen by Reed Schilling. And without that, he doesn't get loose for that drive.
Yeah, again, it's all those things kind of starting to work themselves together, putting those pieces together. It's certainly a process here. You got a new coach in his first full season here. A lot of young guys, but they certainly have bought in, doing some good things.
Williamson out for Rake, inside the arc, in and out, no good. Rebound Pelham. Price has 16 points, his season average already. Rake has 14 for Alma, and a foul. Offensive foul.
Yeah, those are those mistakes you love to have back, but that time illegal screen.
We were just talking about Schilling, what a great screen he set. That time he set an illegal one.
And that would have been huge. Adrian College trying to get some separation here before the break, having their largest lead right now at 7 points. But you know this Alma team is not going to go away with the hustle and the length that we've shown here tonight.
Bargesser into Rake. backing his way in and drops it in. That's exactly what Coach Kaiser said he knew they were going to have to contend with those interior passes to Rake, and that time they doubled him, and it still didn't matter.
Yeah, right now the only answer they've had for Brandon Rake is the hack-a-shack approach where they've had some success.
And now driving, but into a dead end, and a fine block by Bargesser on Seifert. And it's tightening up again. Inside to Rake once more. Look at him spin, go to the left hand, couldn't finish. Got the rebound back and got fouled. He's upset that he didn't finish that shot, and I thought he was going to, quite honestly. He made a couple of great moves.
Yeah, that time he showed the ability to go with his left hand. A nice spin there to the middle. Unfortunately, the ball just rolls out, but credit Rake, he stayed with it. He's able to get another rebound. He may have a double-double already, Greg. He's been a force on the glass at both ends here tonight. And once again, the free throw comes up short.
Inconsistency. He's had some that look really good, and then he's had others that do not look good at all, and he's having a few more of the latter here of late.
Yeah, right now, certainly a mental thing. He's got the rotation. He's got the strength to get her done, but there he comes up empty again. So that's been the big difference right now, and probably the reason Adrian's up 5 instead of trailing 5 at this juncture.
Price shakes loose and hits another one. He is just really putting on a show here. 18 points.
I'm not sure how you defend that any better than what Alma did. That time Price just made a play.
2 great moves and a fadeaway, then a steal. Bargesser going to be called for a foul as Seifert was about to break away with the ball.
Well, as much as you hate to foul, that probably was a good foul by Bargesser. Looked like Adrian College is going to get a run out, possible dunk that time. But you have to love it. Anytime you can get points off your defense. Adrian College has done that a few times tonight. That's certainly a plus, especially for an offense, as we mentioned, coming in second in the conference in points put up. So certainly a good start here for Adrian College as they head to the stripe here for the one-on-one.
Seifert hits. So that is now 10 fouls on the Bulldogs. So it's double bonus time for Alma and 9 fouls on the Scott, so it's double bonus time for both teams for the rest of the half with 2:09 to go. They hit 2 of those, and Adrian up 9, and a steal by Price, making it great play on both ends of the floor. Pass out, he got the defender in the air, then the inside pass, and just couldn't be handled by Larson, spoiling what was a great build-up there for Adrian. Here is Nate Diamond with a pass inside, and a travel on Isaiah Williamson. And you get the feeling here that Adrian's starting to come on in this game and assert themselves. Some of their dynamic shooting and the great moves that Price in particular is making is helping them to open this lead as they try to make it double digits now.
Yeah, right now almost just looking to see when the half is going to finally get here. Adrian try to get separation.
And they cleared out for Price, and why not, the way he's been going, but that shot was a little too tough. Williamson to Whiteside. Williamson baseline, dumps it in front, and Rake got hacked there by Pelham, but I think that they've gotten the memo. If it goes inside to him, body him, make him earn it from the line.
Yeah, why not? We've seen the results here through the opening 19 minutes, but tremendous dribble penetration that time by Williamson as he's able to draw a couple Bulldog defenders, and then he finds Rake all alone down there at the post. A quick foul there by Adrian College is going to force the senior back to the stripe.
He's consistently coming up short with his free throws, and you can see the frustration. He started out okay, but he seems to have drifted a little bit as you see the numbers 4 for 11 from the free throw line.
Yeah, remember he hit his first 2 as well. So
that one looked pretty good.
That one kind of ends the skid right there. But they still find themselves down 8. Adrian College trying to get some separation here.
Look at that move by Paul, but a foul was called as he went by on Price, another illegal screen. But he just can stop and start on a dime, Paul can.
At that time, Andrew Larson called for the illegal screen.
Ben Pacer from Maumee back out, guarding Cole Mischke. Whiteside, break. Mischke from way out, hit.
Wow, what a huge bucket there from Nate Diamond, the junior out of Jenison, Michigan. And just like that, it's down to a 2-possession ball game, 47-42.
Look at that pass, Pelham! Oh my goodness, what a play. Paul to Pelham. And the pass, the move, you can't choose what was better of those two.
Great execution, trying to get the 2-for-1 there, Adrian College, as we have about a 5-6 second differential in the shot game clock.
They love that motion offense. They're getting great off-ball movement inside the arc. The shot no good. Rake the rebound. He lays it in neatly.
Wow, he continues just to pound the glass at both ends. One last look here for Adrian College.
The kick out, I thought he was going to try to do something inside. He got called for traveling, and now Alma will get a chance in the final 3.6 seconds.
Now this will be huge because Alma will get the basketball to start the second half. They're going to burn a timeout here to set something up here with 3.6 remaining in this opening half.
Well, we'll see what happens in this final segment of play, but I'll tell you one thing, that is one of the more exciting halves of basketball that you're going to watch. Yeah, let's take a break, and we will be right back. .2 seconds. If Alma could come up with something here, they'd go to the locker room on a high because it looked like Adrian was starting to pull away from them. Even so, they're within 5, and they look like they're going to get an opportunity here. Put up and no good, but Paul with some good defense, not giving Mischke a good look at the basket. The end of the first half, 49-44 Adrian. What a half of play.
Yeah, exciting first half. Both teams leaving it all out there, and it's been an offensive showing by both teams. Shot clock has not been a factor. Be interesting to see what type of halftime adjustments we get from both these head coaches. But certainly, I think we're in for an exciting second half.
And they do that again in the second half. They'll be very close to the century mark. 49-44 Adrian, and we'll be right back.
BCSN's Sports Nightly is your best source for sports coverage every season.
It's the area's only 30-minute show that focuses on local sports from beginning to end.
Scores, highlights, and stories that feature the athletes and coaches from your community.
If it's local, it's on Sports Nightly every night at 10:30 on BCSN and the BCSN Now app.
It's cold outside, but the action is heating up on BCSN. All of the high school, college, and pro sports you can handle. All local, all the time. BCSN and the BCSN Now app. Only on Buckeye Broadband.
Halftime here at Adrian College, and this game being brought to you in part by PNC Bank, proud sponsors of BCSN. And what a first half of play, 49-44. If you translate that over the whole game, it would be 98-88. And a lot of highlight reel plays, not just individual efforts, but some great team efforts too, some great ball movement. And I think both teams have really put on a show.
Yeah, they really have. That time you saw some great inside, outside, and there you see a nice move there by Price, who had 18 big points in that opening half. Right there, Jalen Paul with the run out and a tremendous finish there for the Bulldogs, but almost refused to go away. They seem to have an answer every time Adrian would go on a run. The Scots would seem to have an answer.
Crispin, he took over there for a period. We had a couple of 5-point runs all by himself, and then Pelham making a great play as he beat him deep. And really, though, I think that another 3-point shot here, as we said at this point, that Price was just unconscious. You see the fans were really loving it. Here's another one. That when the bank was open. And the way that Alma was able to come back was at the inside game. That was a tremendous move there by Pelham, inside to the lane and then the spin to the baseline. It's just almost just running the whole half.
I
seeing
tell
all
you
the great plays.
what a fun game to watch, just really no teams took any plays off. They competed at both ends. I love the transition attempt by Adrian Couch. In fact, I believe they had 16 points out of transition. There you see some of the numbers. Both teams, I thought, shot the basketball really well. The only sore spot there, the free throw shooting for Alma, just 7 for 14, 50% from beyond the arc, 42% inside the arc, 50%. I mean, just a lot of things alike, I think, if you're both coaches. But certainly, Adrian's going to have to make an adjustment on the big man inside as Rake had 19 big points.
They limited the offensive rebounds, which had been an issue in a lot of the earlier games, so that's good, even with the presence of a guy like Rake. And you look at the turnovers, that's quite a few for a half, but when you consider that probably a third or more of those came in the first few minutes, but considering the tempo of which this game's been played, that's a pretty good number.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Alma just 4 points off of second chance points. Meanwhile, Adrian College just 2 points from second chance points. I think that one's a little bit more predictable, but certainly a lot of exciting basketball left here. Both teams hungry for a W, and both teams have to feel confident in halftime here, is the fact that this is just a 5-point contest here.
Well, as that highlight package shown, we've had enough excitement for probably several games, and we got another whole half to go here. Adrian leading 49-44 over Alma.
The Toledo Metro League and BCSN present high school bowling from Southwick Lanes every Sunday night at 8:30 p.m. Follow the high school bowling season frame by frame to see who will win this year's team title. Bowling on BCSN can be seen every Sunday night at 8:30, only on Buckeye Broadband.
BCSN's Sports Nightly is your best source for sports coverage every season.
It's the area's only 30-minute show that focuses on local sports from beginning to end.
Scores, highlights, and stories that feature the athletes and coaches from your community.
If it's local, it's on Sports Nightly every night at 10:30 on BCSN and the BCSN Now app.
Team's coming back on the floor here, and 49-44 Adrian leading. In case you blinked and missed some of those great highlights from De'Arion Price in the first half, let's show them to you again because he's just been amazing.
Yeah, he's been incredible, putting up 18 big points in the opening 20 minutes. But he did it in a variety of ways. There you see the step back over the big man. We saw him off the drive. We saw him from deep beyond the arc. But what a solid first half there by the freshman out of Fort Huron, Michigan. You can see why he came in averaging over 16 points per contest, number 5 in the conference as just a freshman. And again, I'm not sure how they could defend him any better at times. He just seemed to have an answer each and every time for that Scott defense.
Honestly, he looked like Steph Curry a few times out there. There he is, just really putting on a tremendous entertaining show for the crowd, scoring every which way. And look at those field goal numbers, 7 out of 8. And you saw for yourself how difficult so many of those shots were.
Yeah, no question about it. He played just 16 minutes, but he certainly maximized those 16 minutes and certainly going to be on the scout radar this entire second half after those numbers in the first half.
He's been more than a point a minute man here so far tonight. We'll be back with second half action coming up. Adrian leading by 5.
It's cold outside, but the action is heating up on BCSN. All of the high school, college, and pro sports you can handle. All local, all the time. BCSN and the BCSN Now app. Only on Buckeye Broadband.
And basketball on BCSN, brought to you in part by Burger King. And it's definitely been a whopper of a ball game here so far, as we're ready for the second half. And I don't know if we could be able to contain as much action as we had in the first half, but I don't see it slowing down too much, really.
No, not a bit. Both these teams hungry for that victory. Yeah, this could be huge for Adrian College. It would put them at 2-1. Which means they would finish no worse than second place in the league after tonight's MIAA contest, but certainly a long way to go here. I remember last year Adrian College was able to sweep Alma in both games, but the year before Alma put the sweep on Adrian College. These two will meet again this year at Alma on February 16th. Right now, first things first, big game on the line here tonight in MIAA. Adrian will start out with the basketball here in a 5-point lead here.
There you see the scores. And interesting rake and price, but after that, it's been more balanced scoring on Adrian. They got 3 guys who hit double digits, and another hit 7. So much of the offense for Alma went through rake. So if they can figure out a way to contain him a little bit, especially knowing that if they put him on the free throw line, that might be a good strategy. I think that Adrian has the potential to have the edge here in the second half.
Yeah, Alma came in shooting just 7 free throws per contest, but Rake in the first half had 14 himself.
Been a lot of differences in the stats here from this game to the earlier ones. That shot missed by Price from the corner as he did a quick second half heat check. I'm sure he's going to be putting some more shots up, probably quite a few more before we're through here. Alma trying to get back to within 3 or maybe 2 on this possession as they move the ball around crisply. Landon Moore Pierce into Rake, and his cross-court pass picked off by Pelham and then thrown away. And you get a big turnover like that and throw it away. That's definitely a downer.
That's a tough break because Adrian College made a tremendous adjustment there on that initial possession. As soon as that entry pass went into Rake, they doubled down right away. They collapsed on the backside, were able to get that interception. And unfortunately, they turn it right back over.
Nice lob pass. They get the help from behind, but it doesn't matter as Rake just basically moves the defender aside and scores.
Yeah, you have to sandwich. If you're going to try to front him, you have to have help there sooner than later. That time it came later for the Bulldogs.
Here's Paul, dumps it in for the nice reverse layup finish by Larson.
Yeah, nice reverse by Larson, but you had to love the find there from Jalen Paul. Big answer there by the Bulldogs.
He has almost a 3-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio to the good, and knocked away from Rake. Look at that effort by Pelham as he just kept contesting for the ball until it came loose to Price. Price forging his way in, puts it up, draws the foul on a very innocent-looking Landon Moore Pierce, who's saying, I did not do anything. But the official did not concur.
Trying to pick up where he left off that opening half. That time he certainly could smell the rim. A nice, strong dribble move to that right side. And once again, he'll be heading to the charity stripe to shoot a pair.
Jimmy Jarrett, Abasi Sanders, and Aaron Weber are the officials tonight. This has not been an easy game to officiate. They've had to get up and down the court pretty fast like the players.
No, these guys are going to drop a few pounds tonight. They've done an excellent job of what you said, Greg. It's been a highly contested game, certainly not easy to officiate.
And now on the baseline, out for Rake. Bargesser left wide open, and he knocks it in.
Yeah, that's a mistake by the Adrian College defense. You cannot let Bargesser shoot and catch in rhythm like we saw right there. A big 3-ball there for the Scots.
Paul into the paint. This time they were waiting for that dish, and he took the lane, missed the shot, however. And now it's back up for Moore Pierce, and block called on Andrew Larson.
Now that's a tough play. Certainly a foul you're going to live with if you're coach Tim Kaiser. The fact that pretty good job trying to win that 50-50 battle, or a one-on-one matchup there in transition, which is not an easy thing to do. That time, pretty good attempt. He's going to get called for the block. Alma trying to make this a one-possession game, down 4.
Reed Schilling in for Larson after taking that foul. That's his 3rd, so they want to conserve him for the key moments in the game. Got to credit Alma, because to watch this game, you kind of almost have the feel that Adrian has a much larger advantage, but Alma's hanging there right with them, and they're within striking distance of a road win here. Inside to Rake. He's been a big reason for it as they continue to try to double him inside. Outside shot by Moore Pierce, no good. Rebound Price, long out to Reitnauer. Nice hesitation dribble, but he got cut off by Bargesser, so kicks it back out to the top of the arc to reset. Schilling all alone, going to let it fly. Yes!
Wow, what a big shot up top, but set up nicely from Price. You know, when you've had the type of night that Price has had, you have to respect him when he has the basketball. That time he drew the double team, kicked it out for the open 3.
And you love that too, with a guy like that involving his teammates on a play like that. And Schilling, who hasn't shot the ball that much, he looked super confident on that.
Yeah, credit Price. A lot of times when you've got 20 points, last thing you want to do is give the basketball up. He did that.
No good there by Moore Pierce. Back comes Jalen Paul. Schilling going to try again from the corner. He's got another one.
Oh, I love it. Get the guy the ball with the hot hand. That's what the Bulldogs do. A timeout here from Ryan Clark as the Scots trail by 10 points here early in the second half.
Well, 3-point shooting had been an issue for Adrian. Not tonight. 2 in a row by Schilling, and they're up 10. Yeah, there's a look at the Adrian College dance team. Their dancers, their cheerleaders, their band. Oh, very, very impressive every time we've come here. Get a load of this. Reed Schilling there with those 2 confident-looking threes are the first 2 3-point attempts he's made all year.
Yeah, the freshman averaging just 1 point per contest coming in tonight. He's had 6 points in the last 2 possessions. And just like that, Adrian College enjoyed their largest lead of the night at 10 points.
I'll tell you, I don't think he needed his spectacles to see the basket the way he was shooting. Very, very confident.
Well, you'd love to see teams get the guy the ball that just hit the 3 before, so just intelligent basketball by the Bulldogs, and it pays off.
Look at him doing a job down there, outmanned against Rake. In goes Whiteside and blocked by Pelham. Paul directing traffic as he runs it up the floor. Goes cross court. No, it's inside to Pelham. What a finish with a left hand over Bargesser.
I tell you what, Pelham's been tough all night. That's a sweet move. 1-on-1 down low. Tremendous finish.
Schilling is really doing a job on Rake, and they throw it away. They've got Alma really out of sorts right now with the high pressure defense they're playing. Look at this finish by Pelham.
Oh, big time move with the left hand, a nice kiss off the window, but then the defense has been up to the task at the other end. Mainly the adjustment on Brandon Rake there is he's really has not had many looks. When he's had it, he's had to kick it out twice. But you wonder if fatigue might set in for Rake, who played all 20 minutes in that opening half.
And that's what I said, too, is he was such a large part of their offense. Most of it went through him, where Adrian was getting a lot of different contributors. It seems to be a factor now. Look at that pass. Right now from the corner. No good. This crowd would have gone crazy if that one had found the bottom of the net. Paul again. Here we go again with Schilling. And that one came up short. Bargesser.
Two good looks by the Bulldogs. The Scots dodge a bullet.
Bargesser, he's shown he can hit from out there. No good. Punched out by Reitnauer away from Rake. Good job to allow his teammates to have a shot at it. It's tied up, and it'll be Adrian ball on the possession area. They are really hustling on the defensive end right now.
Yeah, credit that Bulldog defense, really making things difficult for Alma, who had a lot of success in that first half, as the Scots shot 52% from the floor, 46% from beyond the arc. But you're not going to put up those kind of numbers when you got a tenacious defense that we're seeing right now out of this Bulldog team.
Schilling to Price. Price couldn't finish it. That was tough as Whiteside was all over him. And up the court comes Landon Moore-Pierce. Alma's probably going to make another run before we're through. Whiteside in the lane finishes.
Oh, nice dribble move that time from Brandon Whiteside. Is able to pull up for the nice soft jumper, string music.
Paul isolated in the lane. Then a beautiful pass to Reitnauer, who lays it in.
Great job by Reitnauer, moving without the basketball, and what a pretty find there on the pocket pass in traffic. Lead back up to 12 here for Adrian College.
Inside. Look at Rake having to contend with a double team every time, and a foul here on Schilling, but I think that's what they're doing. They're saying, look, if they're going to go into the guy who was beating us in the first half, we're going to make him have to fight like a tiger for everything he gets and make somebody else step up.
Yeah, and why not? Adrian is so deep. They can go, 10, 11 deep off their bench. And certainly Rake has had his struggles at the stripe, where he was just 5 for 12 in that opening half.
Yeah, Adrian playing with the tenacity of Bulldogs. Rake got that one. Reitnauer, look at this. Great finish. He was moving without the ball. That's what you said is so key. And then Jaden Paul found him with another seeing eye pass.
Yeah, again, tremendous floor spacing, but just another high IQ play by that Adrian College Bulldog team.
You said it. They're playing with high IQ, and they're playing with high IQ at very high pace, which is even doubly impressive. And he fumbled that ball as it was passed out. Whistle. Not sure what the call was. I thought he was going to call him for traveling because he bobbled it when he caught the ball.
I think they have a shot clock issue. We'll see if there's a reset.
They hardly even need that tonight, as you said earlier on.
That's unfortunate. That's right before the 3 attempt. They do reset. It went from 27 down to 19 here, but it looked like it was going to take away an open 3 attempt.
I don't think one time I've had to say, not shot clock running out.
Yeah, I think it's the last thing you're looking at tonight. I'm not sure that thing's got under 20 a handful of times.
And a drive and a finish by Casey Constant.
Alma just keeps chipping away. They keep coming back.
63-54, that is. Paul to Chrisman. Again, I'll say it again. It feels like Adrian maybe ought to have a bigger lead than they've got, and still single digits. Pull up by Price. Yes. Talk about string music.
Right there. That's a big reason for that lead right there. The Scots have had no answer for Price tonight at that defensive end, and he has lit them up for some big numbers.
He and Rake both have 22. Whiteside with another one. He hit from the lane. Now he hits from downtown Adrian, and it is 65-57. Now it is Price trying to heat up again. No good. Strong one-hand rebound there by Whiteside. And he almost gave it away doing a spin dribble, but they get it to Williamson, and he gets all the way to the basket and gets fouled. Williamson played a pretty strong first half. This is the first we've seen of him here in the second.
Yeah, he really did. There's a lot to like there. But Isaiah Williamson, the fact that, he does all the blue-collar stuff out there. He's a guy that's going to try to fight for every rebound. He's going to go after every 50-50 ball. That time they were too concerned about rake inside. He recognized he had a one-on-one. He took it. He connects on the first of two from the strike.
Bargesser back in for Damon. Both free throws go down, and maybe Williamson is really going to be a key because Rake has been raked over the coals here in this second half by that defense, and maybe he's a guy who can pick it up for him inside. Whiteside also is coming on almost with a steal and a breakaway layup, but they got it back. One-on-one, the big man trying to guard Price. Did a good job denying him a shot. Out for Paul. Down to 5 on the shot clock. He threw it up, trying to draw a foul, and I think he succeeded.
Boy, you just never want to foul a jump shooter. That time, Adrian
off balance
College
like
was just trying to beat the shot clock, forcing up a nearly impossible shot. It's going to go down as a foul behind the arc, so it's going to go down for 3 shots, but number 1 comes up empty.
On the other hand, when we said the issues that Paul has had shooting free throws, somewhat similar to Rake for Alma, but he looked good on that one. He just starts making a few. I think that he'll settle down, and that number is going to come up substantially. But he just goes 1 for 3, which is right about his season average there.
Paul's out there for his ability to see the floor, averages 6 assists per contest.
And very few turnovers. He's been sensational tonight. There's a pass out for Rake. And a foul called on Nolan and Sara.
You make a great point on Jalen Paul, Greg. The fact that he comes in with a 3-to-1 assist turnover ratio. So a coach would take that in a heartbeat anytime.
We'll take 1 for 3 free throws if we can get 3-to-1.
Well, sometimes you just try to match that at 1-to-1. He's at 3-to-1.
And we've seen him make a lot of sensational plays. He's not doing it just, he's playing conservatively. He's really been creating out here very well. Whiteside, who's started to pick it up for Alma. Bargesser with a catch and drive to the basket, and he got foiled there by Ansara. And back comes Chrisman. Pull up. Chrisman lets it go. That one lands long. Tipped out by Bargesser to Constant. Constant, what a move in the lane. Drew a foul.
Wow, tremendous job once again by Alma. They get the stop down there. They force a 3 in transition, but they keep it to 1 and done. And just like that, they're able to get a transition opportunity of their own. And now they'll have a chance to chip away at this 7-point lead with 2 from the stripe.
You really got to credit Alma. They had that problem with their bus. They looked like they've been on the verge a couple of times on the road of falling substantially behind, but they just keep fighting back, and here they are just 7 points down. Their big score has been bottled up so far in the second half, but they have still managed to stay right in contention. Paul all the way, and he'll go to the line again after a foul by Casey Constant.
Remember, both these teams have had their struggles all season at the line. Adrian College is 58% as a team. Alma just 59% as a team. So these two are 7th and 8th place in the 8-team league. But there you see the first one up and in by Jalen Paul.
Adrian went to the NCAA tournament in 2019-20 for the first time in their history. They had great player Jordan Harris, might have been the best D3 player in the country. 2,000-point scorers on that team, but they have really reloaded extremely well with this talented freshman class. Inside of Rake, outside of Whiteside. Driving, he got stripped of the ball, and Ansara came up with it. He's been doing a great job. Pass by Paul, but getting back in a hurry. Williamson breaks it up as he had Pelham in his sights. Constant. Bargesser up to Williamson. Nice backdoor feed. They were doing that a lot in the first half. Bargesser from outside. Long, and Rake over the top as he tried to reach over Seifert.
Oh, that's a big-time check out by Seifert. You know, if you just try to rely on your athleticism, you're going to lose it battle to the length there of Rake. But that time did a great job, got a body on. That made that an easy call for the officials. I'm sure Rake's not going to like it. But once again, we have a shot clock issue. But again, really kind of a mute point.
Turn
here
it
tonight.
off. We don't need it anyway tonight.
I'm not sure that either team's looked at it once tonight, honestly. But
maybe that one when they fouled Paul from beyond the arc, but that was about it.
So the shot clock at 30 right now. The game clock is way off as well. So we'll see if they can work things out here.
Most games, it says 112 on the scoreboard clock. Most games at 68-59 with
That's
112.
about right.
That's about right. You see Coach Kaiser, the little smile. He's from Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, in the Pocono Mountain area. And he was an assistant over at Heidelberg. And then he was an assistant over here at Adrian. There was a change in coaching mid-season last year. He was elevated to the top position. And you can see he's very enthusiastic, very personable, very young. He's got a lot of good ideas, new ideas, and he's changed the approach of the team, and you got to like the job he's doing.
Yeah, played and graduated at Wayne's
Paul
Field University not long ago. There's a great move by Paul there as the lead is back up to double digits here for Adrian.
Yeah, Coach Kaiser definitely looks like he could still be playing out here with these guys. I'm sure they can relate to him well because of that. Rake has found nothing easy here in this second half, fouled by Pelham.
You know what? There's nothing wrong with that. You know, he's been money. You know, he was 7 for 10 from the field in that opening half, but had his woes at the free throw line, and that's where the Bulldogs put him once again here.
Adrian, you see Price coming back on, replacing Ansar, did yeoman work defensively. You know, they had one game this year, Adrian, they scored 90 points, 58 of them came in the paint. But you can see that a lot of what they're doing is penetrating into the paint. And now, if they can start having three-pointers part of their arsenal is the way it has been tonight for the rest of the year, you have to feel that they're going to pick it up against their remaining opponents.
Yeah, especially tonight where you're going to have so many more possessions here in the final 11 minutes than you typically would. The way that both teams are getting up and down the floor, both teams looking to score early in the possession.
Once again, they open up the lane for Paul, and he finishes beautifully and gets to the line.
Wow, tremendous recognition from the senior out of Fort Wayne, Jalen Paul. Watch it right here. Just kind of lures this guy to sleep, puts on the jets, initiates the contact, gets the hoop in the harm. Big time play there by Paul. And once again, the Bulldogs have an answer.
And that was a really nice looking free throw. 73-60. And he just has about as good acceleration as you're going to see on a point guard penetrating to the basket. Knocked away, and a good defensive play there by Paul as he saw the ball at all times, just like you're taught, and knocked it away. Lob in to Rake. And down low, and another foul.
I think they're going to get Connor Pelham, the 6'4" senior, trying to body up.
You know, they've
Brandon Rake.
They've done a really good job limiting the offensive rebounds. He hasn't been able to rake up the leaves, you might say. And giving up offensive rebounds was a big problem entering this game for Adrian, and figured to be with a player like Rake tonight. But as we saw in our halftime stats, and it's continued into the second half, they have not given up a lot of second and third shots, especially to a big guy like him.
Yeah, and right there, that was point number 24 for Rake on the evening.
That's the game leadership. 22 for Price.
If it wasn't for the free throws, he'd be in the
Yeah,
low 30s right now.
Probably. In fact, almost certainly. Paul. And almost got it to his man. He finally got it to Crispin, who lays it in. They got a little lucky that time, but you know what? A guy like him, maybe he's going to get lucky.
Yeah, a little pinball that time, and Crispin in the right place at the right time.
And Williamson dribbled it off his foot. There's some guys, when they make a pass like that, somehow it just finds its way to a teammate, even though you don't know how. And I think he's a guy who's got the happy knack of doing that, number 4 there. Jalen Paul, he's been highly entertaining point guard to watch here in this game.
Yeah, and it has to be frustrating for that Alma defense that got a deflection, got on the floor, got a tip.
Now he's going to go for the downtown shot, missed, rebounded by Pelham. Pelham fighting his way to the basket and converts, and will get to the line.
Wow, another hustle play, this time from Connor Pelham. Watch it right here. Just goes up, draws the contact once again. One of the few times tonight, Greg, that Adrian College has got some second chance points off of offensive rebounding. But Pelham, what a performance he's had tonight. Another fun player to watch on this Bulldog squad. He'll try to finish off the conventional three-point play, and he does.
They got so many impressive guys, and so many of them are freshmen. That's the thing that really you have to be impressed with. Larson, Chrisman, Price, Paul is a senior, so they have some senior leadership. Bellamy's a senior. They'll get him back next year because he was injured before the season started, so that's certainly got to be cause for optimism.
Yeah, this team with some help on that rebounding line is going to be a tough out, no question about it.
That's a good move. Forced him inside the arc, though, and Alex King missed a shot. Alex King is one of the better offensive threats, averaging 14 points a game. We haven't seen much of him tonight. Of course, they're missing their leading scorer, Cole Cleaver. Price, after Whiteside went for the steal, outside shot on the way and knocked down by Nick Seifert.
Great possession that time. Seifert's able to catch and shoot in rhythm.
20-point lead they have opened up. And now Rake is called for a foul as he was jockeying for position. And Adrian has just taken this game by storm.
Well, you have to love the job that Connor Pelham has done inside. There you see the three in rhythm there by the Bulldogs, but an equally impressive play by Pelham at the other end. He's really made it tough on Brandon Rake here in this second half. So I love the adjustments from Adrian College at the break. The result, a 20-point lead. Looking for more.
Inside of Chrisman, he gets position and finishes. They have been outstanding inside. You can see how they get all those points in the paint.
Yeah, great job of floor spacing that time, getting the matchup they wanted.
Driving the basket, a nice finish there by Alex King, showing an indication of how he has the scoring average that he's got. That's his first field goal of the night, though. In the corner now, and blowing his way to the basket, Seifert scores again.
Now this team can put up some big numbers. They're at the 85-point mark. We still have 8.5 to go.
They may leave the century mark way behind. Pass inside by King and a foul on Rake as he pushed off on Pelham after the interception.
Boy, that's going to be, I believe that's going to be his fourth foul. Yes, it is. That was one of those frustration fouls. It's one thing you're trying to fight for position. You're taking it to the rack strong. That time, just a little frustration. We're going to see a full timeout.
Timeout on the floor. We'll be right back. And we're into the second half. Adrian they got the right colors for the Golden State Warriors, and I think they're playing a lot like them tonight.
I tell you what,
the Golden State Warriors from a few years ago.
Fun unit to watch. They've done it in every phase possible. There you saw those back-to-back shots by Reed Schilling there. They really got the Adrian College crowd into it. Then you see right now there on the great baseline back cut, the nice reverse finish.
And then Paul driving. He's just really been the orchestrator from the point. Pelham can't finish the three-point play. Rebound by Bargesser and a pass out for Whiteside. Whiteside, and he's called for warding off Price.
Yeah, that time looked like he got him hooked that time. I thought that was the right call. Comes at a tough time as Alma desperately trying to get back into this thing, but they've had no answer for Adrian College's second half as Adrian College, you know, they're such a tough matchup, Greg, the fact that you have to guard everyone out there on the floor. You start emphasizing on one guy, they're going to find the other.
Well, we talked about at the start of the second half that so much was going through Rake. If they could make a defensive adjustment on him, which they have, a whistle here and an offensive foul on Pelham for the illegal screen. But they make that one adjustment. But Adrian had several players that were really doing a job, and it took a lot more adjustments from
yeah,
Alma's
you're right.
standpoint.
It wasn't rocket science. It was really that one main adjustment that Adrian had to make. To give Adrian credit, they did that. Meanwhile, Ryan Clark had to make several adjustments.
Pass in. Bargesser had it almost stolen right out of his hands by Paul. I think there was reason to believe that Adrian might be able to really get the jump on Alma in the second half, and they have. Inside it goes to Williamson. They got to keep playing, though. There's still a lot of time left. Shot no good. Pelham the rebound. They've been strong on the boards, too, despite being outsized in this game. Paul. Chrisman. No good. Strong rebound, Bargesser. And up comes Miski. Nice pass into Rake. Fouled from behind, I believe, by Price.
Yeah, great job running the floor that time by Brandon Rake. Yeah, and I like how he set up a little bit higher. We're going to have a technical foul on Ryan Clark. So he certainly did not agree with the call.
I thought there was the call was made on Adrian, but
I think he was frustrated the fact that he wanted the bucket to go in, or thought it should have been a no call. The fact that Rake had worked for position, got the ball down low, they called the touch foul. But either way, it's in the bonus. I'm not sure what the beef was.
You know, the interesting thing was in the first half on that play, as you see Coach Clark not happy at all. A lot of times Rake would get the ball, he'd make one good move, and then he'd take it up. This time he's been challenged every time, and it looked like that lob pass might put him in for free, but Price made it tough for him. And missed the free throw. Price at 22 points is 2 off the game leadership behind Rake.
Being a bench technical will be a 2-shot variety. The second one by Price up and in.
And Diabian has 23 points now.
Now we should have Alma free throws coming up here for Brandon Rake.
Some of the games they said, as we see Price there, told that some of his moves were so great and so much fun to watch. It would be sort of an oasis in a tough game that they lost, and they'd be watching the highlights, and everybody's mood would lighten when they'd see him make an outstanding play. Just enjoying watching the artistry. And now they start winning games, and that kind of artistry, that's going to be great. Pelham leaving. Schilling is on the floor. He just did a super job on Rake in the first part of the second half, and he's on him again. You can see him just number 13 there on 44, just dialing in defensively. It's going to make him earn everything he gets. Plus he hit those 2 big threes earlier too, and they can't get the ball in. A foul.
That's going to be number 5. They're going to get Brandon Rake.
Rake's out of the ball game. Wow.
Again, credit to the adjustment there from Adrian College here at halftime. It really made things difficult for him to get the ball once he got it. Really had no place to go with it. Instantly double teamed, and the frustration starting to mount as he picked up 3 quick fouls here.
So he'll be replaced by Jake Poling, who's actually the tallest player on the team at 6'9", all the way from Portland, Oregon. I wonder if he's a Trailblazers fan. But he's in the ball game now, but he's not the offensive threat that Rake is. Even though he's got the size, they need points right now, down 23. Basically, the point total of Price is the difference between the two teams, and it still is, as he scores his 24th and 25th points on that, and the lead is 25.
I tell you what, Price making it look awfully easy out there as he's able to break down that Scott defense.
Stolen as they try to lob it into Poling, but it was just picked off like a cherry off a tree by Price as he makes it look easy on defense too. Then a nice feed to the cutter, Paul. What a play.
Well, this is fun basketball to watch. That time, Jalen Paul on a rim run. Price finds him. They're up to 90.
From the corner, bombs away and hit. Nate Kamen, he's been one of their best outside shooters. He's up to 9 points. He's got 3 threes to account for that.
Yeah, he came in shooting just over 30% from beyond the arc, but he certainly is up that number tonight.
Price surveying the defense. Almost had it knocked away, but got it back. 10 on the shot clock. It's been one of the few times we've gotten to that point, but now they can run the clock a little bit more, use it to their advantage. Shot no good. Rebound back up by Chrisman, no good. Williamson the rebound. And up comes Damon again. The pass in for Poling. And a foul, I believe called on Schilling.
That's a foul you're certainly going to live with if you're head coach Tim Kaiser. The fact that Schilling was trying to hold his own down there in the low block, knew he did not have a lot of help. Great job of trying to body him off that low post area, but he's going to get whistled. That's the 9th team foul on Adrian, so this will be the last one-on-one of the contest for either team.
Alma in their opening game lost 88-52 to Calvin, one of the top teams in the conference. Typically, if you look at the MIAA, you've got Trine, Calvin, Hope, and Albion have been the strongest schools. But the way this game's going, Adrian is in the same neighborhood as far as the type of lead they're building up on Alma as what Calvin did. And this team, these guys continue to mature and develop. They get a couple more good recruiting classes in. Adrian's going to be knocking at the door of that upper echelon of the conference.
Yeah, no question about it. A lot of excitement, a lot of enthusiasm on campus right now for this basketball program. You can certainly see why. It's the brand of basketball they play.
And here's Price. Almost got it, but never fear. Pelham is here, and he scored on the putback to make it 92-68. Price just has this way of making everything he does look easy.
Yeah, it's almost effortless out there. The fact that he's made it look so easy. He's done it at both ends. That's been so impressive, Greg. He's just not playing hard at the offensive end. Playing hard at both ends.
It's already now tied for Adrian's highest scoring game this season, and they, as we said, have scored a lot of points. Second in the conference. They are averaging 76 points a game plus.
Yeah,
already at 92.
Their offense has not been the issue all season. You know, you have to like the numbers they put up offensively, but the defense has been the problem, giving up over 84 points per contest.
I like
They've
the way
certainly done some great things here. Not you expect to give up more points when you're up and
in
down.
this kind of game, exactly. But they've scrapped hard, and they made it really tough for Rake in the second half with the aggressive double team and the hustle that they've shown.
And for being undersized, I thought they really have battled on the glass. I thought that was really going to be something that might get exploited tonight. But Adrian has really done their own.
Finish
Pelham
again
once
by
again.
Pelham. Yeah, a lot of coaches will tell you that rebounding is 90% desire, and they've definitely had that. Plus, they've been smart about boxing out, getting position. And there's another rebound by Paul. 25-point lead, and we're down to 4.5 to go. 3 local players on this team. So if you're watching this game from the BCSN area and you're looking for a possibility for continuing your athletic and academic career, this might be a real great program to take a look at. Here is Paul again. He finds Pelham and he puts it in. This time he finds him as a trailer. But Paul has just played a sensational game orchestrating things from the point guard position.
What a great assist by Paul and a nice rim run there from Pelham.
Man, that shot is good from the baseline by Williams. And Pelham's finishes have been, you want to frame them and hang them on the wall.
Yeah, these are not easy finishes, but they're certainly make them look that way as they're nearing that century mark. Sitting on 96 here as we hit the 3:45 mark of this contest.
I'm sure the fans are going to be eagerly awaiting the basket to put him over the century mark. Paul again dishes it off, and Chrisman, who's made some great finishes. They're just scoring at will.
Yeah, they're so unselfish, you know. Anytime you double somebody, they're going to find it. What an answer at the other end. A bomb that time from Nate Diamond, the 5'11 junior out of Jenison, Michigan.
You know, they had 49 at halftime, and we said they could double it and get to 98. They've gotten to 98, and we still have 3.5 minutes to play in the ball game.
And again, just a fun team to watch. You know, it's one thing you're seeing guys come down, get in the game of horse, but they're doing it at the defensive end. They're scrapping for every rebound. They're getting on the floor for the 50-50 balls.
Well, this is going to get an opportunity to see some of the reserves come in. We've got Ben Pacer from me out there, Jonathan Duvall, 5'5" from Wayne. Paris Watkins has actually started some games and has gotten a lot of action in, number 0. Sergio Bennett from Ypsilanti, another member of the junior varsity squad. And Lucas Schock, a number of guys. There's 5 players on this roster that started on the JV program, and now they're playing varsity. It's great depth to the program. So if they're going to get to the century mark and beyond, they're going to do it with the reserves, and they're very capable. Outside shot came up short there from Schock. Rebound, a good outlet pass to Constant, and he curls it in and get that good pass from Jake Poling to start that break. Under 3 minutes to go. Watkins might be termed the leader on the floor right now, but he got in a little trouble, but got it out to Pacer. Pacer doing some nifty dribbling. Watkins. 3-point shot on the way, no good by Bennett. And back they come with Alex King, averaged 14 points, only got 2 tonight in limited minutes. Pass almost intercepted by Schock, but he could not corral it.
Yeah, I like how Adrian College is now taking a little bit of time off the clock each time, just playing with the lead, playing smart.
You could see they reached the point where they said, you know, we can run down the shot clock a little bit, like a football team utilizing clock management, and they had such a healthy lead, and nearly stolen by Watkins, but he's called for the foul. He was out earlier shooting around. You like to see that. On the floor well before game time, getting dialed in. And at the line, King. And that's his 3rd point of the night.
King came in just 1 for 2 from the stripe on the season. Make it 3 for 4.
So we are down to under 2 minutes to go. Duval lost it, got it back. And made a good pass now for Pacer for the 100. He got it. That will cross the century mark.
Ben Pacer out of Maumee was able to hit that century mark with the 3 ball.
Starting to A little bit of consternation as to whether they might not get that, but they did right there. And the Maumee Panther product, Ben Pacer, gets them over the century mark, and you don't see that too often in college basketball, especially at this level. 101-79. It's going to sound very much like an NBA score by the time we're done.
Well, that's a lot of points. We're at 180 right now. Make it still 180 as Adrian pulls down the rebound. We hit the 90-second mark of this contest. Once again, a little bit slow on the shot clock starting. And they'll probably take 4 seconds off there to reset it.
And that was just knocked away. And we talk about our iron workers, Iron Man of the game. I think you got to look at Diavion Price, who, when the game was highly competitive, he just made shot after big shot that really put Adrian in good position going into the second half, and then they made that defensive adjustment and ran away with it. But Price, that first half highlight package that we had from him, and he added some more in the second half, though not as many, is about as good as an individual highlight package I think I've seen in years.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Just a lot to like about the energy he brought to the table tonight. But really, the Scots just could not find an answer first or second half, and there you see him, a well-deserved break here.
25 points, and he could have had more, but they decided that they'd get some of the other guys who worked so hard and deserve the minutes and opportunity, or he certainly could have hit the 30 mark at least.
Credit to Adrian College, after losing 10 straight, they did not give up the ship. They kept plugging away. They got that big win on the road at Kalamazoo on Saturday. They come back now to extend that winning streak to 2 games. More importantly, both in the MIAA. This win tonight will move the Bulldogs to 2-1.
Pacer again from downtown Maumee.
Yeah,
back
once
home.
again, get the basketball. The guy at the hot hand. That's Ben Pacer right now.
First Schilling and then Pacer do the same thing. No good. 104-80, and only 32 seconds left to go. Paris Watkins, and he's got an and one. And gets a chance to flex a little bit.
Yeah, Watkins gets into the act as well as he's able to make a circus shot here in traffic. And here you'll see the athletic ability that he has. The extra hang time, and somehow he gets that off the window up and in.
106-80. What an entertaining show it's been here tonight, in addition to a big win. It's one thing to win. It's another thing to win when you really feel like you came out and played a outstanding game. And they both ends of the floor, especially in terms of the rebounding when they were outsized and outmanned. And there's a good look at the peskiness. They force an over and back when they're going to end up getting 2 more. Watkins lays it in. And the final score, 108-80. I don't think they were planning on scoring again, but what are you going to do on a play like that?
Oh, you can't tell a kid not to there. He just got in the ball game, and what a way to close out the win here tonight here for Adrian as they do it in style. Remember, Greg, I thought Alma played a great first half. They came to play. They overcame the bus riding episode. They came out and played. They threw some punches that first half. Adrian College just seemed to have an answer all night long.
Outscored them 59-36 in the second half. Well, it's been another great visit. We love it every time we come out to Adrian College, a great university just down the road from Toledo for future BCSN college athletes to consider. Great ball game, 108-80. The Adrian Bulldogs win it over the Alma Scots. And for our crew and for Scoop Miller, Greg Franke saying, thanks for being with us. 108-80, Adrian wins it.